What's up, everybody? So, prior to me going to the movies to see Evil Dead Rise, I really tried to avoid the majority of the movie trailers and the reviews and early reactions from the movie because I wanted to go into it, pretty much fresh. Um, I'm gonna try to do this without giving away any spoilers, but want to start a discussion. There was and this is what I really feel like. A lot of us are fans of multiple different movies, and a lot of times after these movies come out we say, well, oh, that didn't go the way I wanted it to, and all this different stuff. And I've been to a lot of Comic Cons and a lot of different events in the past, and I don't know. When I see celebrities, I have a really different stance than I used to as a kid or whatever, teenager or whatever. But I realize that when it comes to different choices being made, there's budgets, there's timelines, there's all this different stuff that comes into play with all this stuff, and I've seen people be super critical on celebrities, and even on panels and asking them these questions, and I'm just like, you know what, I feel for them, because I recommend everyone go see Evil Dead Rise. I do hope this sparks a bunch of other movies in the Evil Dead franchise, but I hope it doesn't get watered down like other horror movies that we've seen. And I don't know, and they have their reasons, but growing up off of Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and all those different movies, there's a lot of horror movies out here now that, I feel when they make, one movie or, one, not one movie or less, but, one movie, a lot of times, that movie, is able to stand on its own and, and really still generate, like it becomes a cult classic. And I feel like initially with the first Evil Dead movie is just like, it became a cult classic. And I just watched Evil Dead 2 on the Xbox. It came free with like Game Pass, so I ended up getting it. And I watched that movie, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, I'm looking at Bruce Campbell and everybody in the movie, and I'm like, this looked like it was a fun movie to film. I mean, so the people that are carrying on the franchise, and especially if Bruce Campbell is involved in it, I know that they're passionate about these projects and stuff. But I did see the video with the fan ranting in the studio, not in the studio, but at the panel, saying the movie was trash. And I'm like, to a certain extent, whatever. But I understand. But I'm just like, everyone sitting down there was passionate about this project, and even like when I think about Resident Evil, I mean, there's a lot of Resident Evil stuff out there, but does it meet my taste? Does it meet my expectations? No. But am I still a fan of the original, Resident Evil games and different stuff dealing with the Resident Evil universe? Yes. So I'm kind of like, if people, regardless of what happens, if people can go out there and still gravitate towards these ideas and flesh out the universe more and do stuff, I'm all for it. But some franchise definitely have, you know over the time, have just diluted the original character and plot line and all the different stuff that we love. So but like I said, I don't know, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But anyway, um I had, one of the things though is in the movie, they do pay homage to certain things, from previous Evil Dead stories and stuff. But some of the stuff that, well, like I said, I don't want to give away spoilers, but there's more stuff in the Evil Dead universe that I'm wondering if they're going to, um, expand upon. And basically what I'm saying is, go back and watch the older Evil Dead movies, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I made this comment though on a couple of pages, is that now the original damn, not Resident Evil, Evil Dead. Sorry, I've got Resident Evil on my mind. But the original Evil Dead was comical. And I do like these two movies, the Red Band movies that have been made, and they're more serious. So I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, would it be possible for them to do an Evil Dead movie that was based in medieval times, you know, the time of knights and all this different stuff, and actually be good and scary and, you know, actually believable, you know, where it's not comical? Like, because we haven't really had any, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know them all. I'm not good on all my films and stuff, but it would be nice to see a new style medieval horror, like it with based off the Evil Dead, and that story with the Deadites being in that time frame. What do you guys think? Like I said, I don't want to go off on huge rants and spoilers for the new movie. I recommend you see it, and then we can talk about it afterwards. But I just feel like even a lot of times when even on trailers now is I see these trailers and I feel like I've seen half of the whole movie. So I go in the movie kind of jaded. You know, it's just like, or you already go in there with, you know, expectations or whatever. But I like, you know, I don't know. I like the shorter trailers. I just recently saw the movie 65 and I went in, you know, no expectations. And I enjoyed the movie. And there was other people that were in the theaters, same thing too. They were just like, they had no expectations. So even, you know, with the Evil Dead franchise, you know, sometimes I want to hear from people that never seen any of the other movies and just basically went into these movies fresh. But that's very hard to do. I mean, you know, with a lot of movies. But the way with me working a lot more, I mean, there's a lot of newer movies that I haven't seen. And people, you know, someone will ask me, hey, have you seen this movie? And they're like shocked. They're like, you haven't watched that movie yet? And I'm like, no, I haven't watched it, you know, in its entirety, or, you know, I just haven't caught anything. But like I said, Evil Dead Rise, hopefully it sparks some other good films and in the process. But I hope it doesn't dilute, the story does not get diluted, you know, and like I said, and then it just becomes like whatever. But peace out.